Good evening, folks. Dr. Freedom here with you. Time for some Doctor Who news. News from in and around the Whoniverse that may or may not, well, you know the rest. Yeah, sorry about the last time I recorded. What happens is the farmers are turning over their fields right now. It's hardcore allergy season for me. And sometimes, oh my God, it's just, oh God, it's horrific to breathe unless you're, dropping allergy pills like a madman. And it's just crazy. But okay, but let's get off my woes. Let's get to the interesting stuff that's going on, because it has been a very interesting day, because finally we have the episodes for all of the Series 9 episodes. Let's go ahead and take a look. All righty. And away we go. Okay, first off, of course, we knew these two, Magician's Apprentice, which is familiar. And now we have included Under the Lake and Before the Flood. Of course, we knew 5 and 6, Girl Who Died, The Woman Who Lived. But also they made a little change right here. This was originally Invasion of the Zygons and Inversion of the Zygons, but as you can see, they've chopped it down to what we have right here, the Zygon Invasion and the Zygon Inversion, which leads us into Episode 9, which is the standalone. I believe this is Mark Gatiss' Sleep No More. Then you move on to Face the Raven. And it's interesting. Ravens. Maisie Williams is in this series of episodes. No, I don't think there's an actual connection, but very interesting title nonetheless. And this is the one that's supposed to lead into this finale, which is Heaven Sent, and then, of course, Hell Bent. So, I don't know what the deal is, why we're getting fixated on heaven, but, there you go. So, okay, these are the titles, but if that's not enough for you, jump on over here to Radio Times and Stephen Moffat's exclusive Doctor Who Series 9 episode guide. And he teases all 12 episodes, revealing episodes, titles, quotes, storylines, and more. So, if you don't want to be spoiled, I would recommend avoiding this, okay? This does go into a little bit more detail than what we've had before. So, you may want to avoid this one if you want to stay unspoiled. So, that's why I'm going to leave this one for you folks to read. Let the buyer beware in this case. Okay, jumping on over here back to the Doctor Who news, we have the Radio Times looks forward to Series 9. Now, Doctor Who wants more features on the cover of this week's Radio Times, which is out in the shops today. The issue looks forward to the new series and talks to Peter Capaldi and Jenna Coleman, who discuss their on-screen relationship, the challenges of working on the series, and the success of the show. And here's Jenna's little statement, Peter's little statement, and Peter on the success. If you want to, here you go. But also in the new issue, Stephen Moffat's, Series 9 episode guide, which we just covered. So if you don't even want to go to the magazine, boom, it's over on the Radio Times. And of course, they threw in here later this month, Frank Skinner will be hosting a Doctor Who session at the Radio Times Festival at 7 p.m. on Friday, the 25th of September. Okay, so lots and lots of new interesting stuff coming out. Awesome. Okay, Doctor Who magazine number 491. This was the only place I could find the cover. And here we go. This is for the cover for it, and look at this stuff. This is awesome. I think I saw Eric in the background there. Okay. Okay, Doctor Who magazine number 491 is on sale the 17th of September. So 3 days from now, priced at £5.99. And there you go. So it looks like this could be a very interesting look. I love the way they've mixed this all up. Special Weapons Dalek wants to be your friend. He just wants a hug. Okay, moving on. Now, this was a very cute article over in the Telegraph. Peter Capaldi, you don't just play the Doctor, you represent him. And he talks to the Chloe Fox about his childhood devotion to the Time Lord, how his landing the role changed his life. So, if you really want to get into this, is a interesting tidbit of an art. I really enjoyed this one, especially when you get down towards the end, because he's a very, very humble guy. All right, just to give you an idea, sorry. Sorry, I had it here a second ago. All right. All right, so here we go. See, I'm really dragging this out, ain't I? But it is a long article. But if you go all the way down here, one of my favorite quotes, and I'm sorry it's taking me so long to find it. I'll have to do some editing. Okay, all this will come to an end, you see, he says, looking around him at the TARDIS. This is where they're doing the interview at. This might be my Scottish melancholy, but the very first day I found I got the job, I started to feel sad that one day I would not have it, that there would come a day in the not too distant future that I wouldn't be Doctor Who anymore. And that is why I try really hard to get as much out of it as possible, because one day I'll just be an overweight has-been trying to get a meeting with Jenna Coleman and being ejected from a Doctor Who convention in Bolton for being drunk and disorderly. I mean, this is surely my high point, isn't it? So I got a kick out of that. It's a very nice, lovely interview. It's very warm, very fun to read. Go check this out over on the Telegraph. Moving on, Magician's Apprentice Pics. Now, these are some extras that I hadn't seen around. The thing is, though, I think these are low res, so you may want to keep scanning. Okay. I like this picture. Okay, moving on. All right, this definitely looks like Skaro, and if for you fans of like Genesis of the Daleks, you can tell by the mixture of uniforms that that looks definitely like Skaro. And all right, some of these right here, I'm not, these are all from Magician's Apprentice, so don't worry. And like I said, I'm gonna have a spoiler warning at the beginning of this article, so don't worry about it. Okay, moving on. Sorry, Blogger Who. In case you missed those clips I had put up the other day in the description box, here they are. These are the highlights from the Series 9 premiere event down in Cardiff. So here they are again. If you missed them, I decided to include this in case you didn't see them down in the description box. And also, second series of Torchwood for Big Finish to finish off with. Big Finish have announced that a second series of Torchwood is currently in pre-production for release in early 2016. Now, Series 2 will begin with the first to 6 stories in March of 2016, just 1 month after the first series is concluded. The original release schedule for Series 1 and 2, Fall to Earth, being released in March 2016, but will now be released next month. Now, here's what they said. Now, Series 1 continues in October with Torchwood Fall to Earth, starring Gareth David Lloyd as Yanto Jones, followed in November by Torchwood Forgotten Lives with E. Miles as Gwen Cooper and Kai Owen as Reese Williams. 3 further releases will follow at monthly intervals. So, nice to see Torchwood's back. So, it's doing well on audio. And the fact that they've announced the second series makes me even more excited. I listened to The Conspiracy the other day. It's not bad, but you have to get used to it being in a narrative style. It kind of has a noir feel to it, kind of like a detective story kind of feel. So you may want to get used to that. It is John Barrowman, of course, so it is awesome. Okay, so I hope you all enjoyed the small vignette of Dr. Freedom and Eric. As time permits, there's going to be more coming for that adventure. Plus, I'm going to be signing on, bringing on the cast. It's not going to be extraordinary long episodes because that was only 1 minute, and that right there took a couple hours to put together between editing, doing background effects and whatnot. It's not as easy as it looks doing audio play, so I found that out the hard way. So, more Dr. Freedom and Eric to come in the future. Well, that's all I got for tonight, so everybody take care, ta-ta. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I'll see you all later. Dr. Freedom out, babies.